New Zealand's White Island volcano of the North Island has erupted. 100 tourists were on the island at the time. Several are unaccounted for. One injured. New Zealand's Prime Minister says 100 people were on or near the island when the volcano erupted. The most active volcano cone, White Island, erupted on Monday. Dozens of tourists were there. At least 20 people injured, several unaccounted for. Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern says that the situation on the island, which is off the eastern coast of the North Island, was significant and evolving, quote unquote. She said about 100 people were believed to have been on or around the island at the time. Police said later the number was at least less than 50. She said that the number were currently accounted for and some had been injured. Police said some people had been brought to the mainland from the island, one person critically injured. Police confirmed several people who were on the island at the time of the eruption had not been located. Now, Judy Turner, mayor of Waikato, seaside town which is closest to the White Island volcano, said there were people nearby at the time of the eruption and some had been injured. No further details on this. 20 people were believed to have been injured. Ambulance officers traveling to the island with the Coast Guard, several helicopters also dispatched with paramedics. A spokeswoman said the service's medical director would establish a triage unit on the island when he arrived. The police officers were supported by other emergency services, and they said that it was an evolving situation. The number of people are reportedly injured and being transported to shore at this stage does not appear to be a very significant issue, particularly on the scale of those affected. Daily tours allow 10,000 people a year to visit the volcano because, people go to visit volcanoes. Now, the company is Volcano Tourism. The company runs the tours, could be contacted. The Civil Defense Authority warned the situation was hazardous in the immediate vicinity of the volcano. It's 48 kilometers off the coast of Bay of Plenty, which is a sunny beachfront region and is popular for tourists. Police blocked streets close to the water. Met Service Weather Agency warned the local aviation community to avoid the area by plane. The White Island volcano last experienced a short-lived eruption in 2016, where no one was hurt. Geological hazard trackers GeoNet registered moderate volcanic unrest on the island for weeks before this eruption took place. GNS volcanologist Michael Rogers.jpg said at the time that over the past few weeks there had been an increase of sulfur gas from deep inside the volcano and an increase in tremors as well. And he said this does not necessarily mean that this is going to lead to an eruption. Well, it did. Now, going to Wikipedia, we know that the White Island volcano is next to Taupo volcano, and that's one of the volcanoes that erupted because it's one of the world's most popular productive areas of silicic volcanic activity, with the highest concentration of young rhyolitic volcanoes. It's very close to the White Island, to the submarine volcano Waikato volcano. And now the Taupo volcanic zone has various calderas and complexes, including Mount Tarawera, which is 85 kilometers beyond the White Island volcano. They have geysers there, geothermal areas, so that's what makes it very attractive for volcano tourism. They can have access and photograph and see all these things. Now, volcanic eruptions began here about 2 million years ago, with the silicic eruption starting about 1.5 million years ago. Activity shifted southeast from the Coromandel volcanic zone. The hazards, as well as the direct effects of the explosions of the lava and the pyroclastic flows, volcanoes pose various hazards to the New Zealand populace, including tsunamis, breakout floods, and lahars from volcanically dammed lakes, ashfall as well, and other far-field effects. For instance, the Tangiwai disaster of 1953, when the Tangiwai railway bridge across the Wangahu River collapsed from a lahar in full flood, just before an express train was about to cross it. The train could not stop in time. This was ultimately what was caused by the Rupahu 1945 eruption, which had emptied the crater lake and dammed the outlet with tephra. So you can understand how this goes. We'll have more news on this later on, but the geologists were warning for months now that they expected a very big, strong earthquake on the North Island and also on the South Island because of the examination and the signs that they had, which were very similar to what they had before the Christchurch earthquake. And that's why they came out warning people to be ready and alerting them to be ready for a very huge quake. Now, instead of the quake, we had an eruption, obviously. This is on the Pacific Ring of Fire. We'll keep an eye out on this and we'll report to you. So it's not 100 people, it's less than that. Most of them have been accounted for. If you'd like to join me on my Patreon account, you will hear content not covered by mainstream media. These riveting stories will be based on my research, and I will state my opinions and give my personal insight on diverse and controversial subjects and world events not covered by mainstream media, and not supported by YouTube guidelines. So whatever I have on my Patreon, most of those will not be on my YouTube channel. Please consider becoming a member today. More of the most significant and important videos will be on my Patreon channel. Your support helps me to continue my research and keeps this YouTube channel alive. And we depend on your support, your generous charity, because we help economically challenged families here in Athens, Greece, in Kapota, and we also help the young generation with university tuition and the community around our church. Thank you.